I often like the darker characters in my favorite movies and shows. In fact, Darth Vader was actually my favorite character in the original Star Wars movies when I was growing up. But I've got to be totally honest, I'm not much of a horror movie guy, so I actually haven't seen the new movie Nosferatu. But what I did see was the uniquely cool and honestly a little bit weird, we'll get to that, I promise, Blackletter title design for the movie that immediately made me realize two things. First, this would make for an awesome and fun tutorial because, number two, you can easily write the entire logo with 4 simple lines. Stroke 1 is just a long, thick vertical stroke like this. Stroke 2 is a thick diagonal stroke like this one. The third one is a thin diagonal stroke like this. So it just moves along the same angle with the pen. And finally, we have stroke 4, which is a thick horizontal stroke. For this tutorial or this walkthrough, you can tell I've got a light box here. I'm using a 6mm Pilot Parallel pen. That's this guy right here. And I'm using just black ink that's in the pen. And of course, you know me, we got to do some kind of a fun color blend. So I'm dipping in red acrylic ink there. I have the guide sheet taped down to the light box here using some drafting dots. Again, I'll link all of the supplies in the description below. Next, I'm going to put down my paper, and I'm also going to tape this down so it doesn't move around too much. One other thing to note, as we're writing in this title design, we will be shifting the angle of the pen a little bit as we draw each of the different strokes. So in some cases, we may be using a slightly steeper angle like this, and then other times we'll be using maybe a more shallow angle like that. And what that does is when I use a shallower angle, the line gets a little bit thicker like this. If I use a steep or more severe angle like this, you can see that the line actually gets a little bit thinner. I'm going to dip in and get a little bit of ink. And now we're going to start on this left side with a line number 3. That's the thin diagonal line. And then we're going to move with line number 2 diagonal down and to the right. Next, we're going to use our line 1. And this is where I'm going to turn my pen a little bit to get a slightly wider line and just come down. This is the part where we're moving with our entire arm rather than just our hand. And we draw that long vertical line. Now we draw a short, this is kind of a mix between line 4 and line 3. So it's just like a short curved horizontal line that meets there at the bottom. Now we'll go back for a little bit more red ink. And we'll draw a line number 2, just a short, thin diagonal line moving upwards and to the right. And then we're going to come down with line number 2. And this one, we're just going to curve it a little bit, just like that. Next, we're going to use a more shallow pen angle. And we're going to draw line 1 again, moving all the way down like this. Again, using our arm to get as straight of a line as we can. And then from here, we're going to use line 2 to connect to the bottom again. Now here's one of the first weird things to notice about this design. Do you see how this N is kind of a lowercase n, but it's still used as the first letter in the entire word? This is an example of where you can just modify a lowercase letter design, make it a little bit longer, taller, add an ascender at the top or a descender at the bottom to create the impression of a capital letter. It's sort of a modified lowercase letter that's got a little descender here. And a descender is just the part of the letter that hangs underneath this baseline or this bottom line that forms the base for all of the letters. Now let's move on to the O. We're going to start with line number 1. We're going to draw a long, thick vertical line coming down. And I'm going to finish here at the bottom with a slight line number 3 in the bottom left direction. And you could just pick up the pen and just start here again, but I usually finish my letters with that last stroke. Next, we're going to move diagonal and to the right. That's line number 2. And you can tell here the line in the actual logo is a little bit thicker. So what I can do is just double up, add another little stroke right next to it that mirrors, or that's right next to it. That makes it just a little bit thicker. Now from the bottom here, I'm going to come up with line number 3. And that's going to continue the stroke up and to the right. And then we're going to go back for a little bit of ink, come back to the top, another line number 3, moving up and to the right. And then we'll do line number 2. And just end like that diagonally. Maybe we can go a little bit further. Now I'm going to turn my pen a little bit to get a slightly thicker stroke. And we'll come down vertically with stroke 1 or line 1. And you could probably tell at the top there, I could have made that line a little bit thicker too, using that double stroke. Feel free to go ahead and add that in if you'd like. I'm just going to keep moving on for now. And then we can just add that little, see there's a little bit of that stroke here at the edge of the O. That's it for the O. Moving on to the S, we'll start with a line number 3, and this one I'm going to pull all the way up so I don't have to do it in 2 parts. So we're going to do that stroke 3 all the way up into the top right. Now I'm going to grab a slightly wider line there. I'll just stick with what ink is in the pen. And I'm going to draw a line 1. You probably guessed it. That's line 1 coming straight down here. And I can finish moving to the left of the little stroke. And I could even just continue now without picking up my pen and drawing stroke number 3. And I'm just turning it a little bit to get a bit of thickness at the edge here. Or this area here is a little bit thicker. You could come in and fill that in a bit with another pen, but I'm just going to leave it like this for now. Now we'll go back a little bit of ink and we'll draw our thick vertical line. This is a long one. Arm movement all the way down. That's stroke 1. Now I can come back down. That's stroke number 3, the thin diagonal one. Now I'm going to start up here next. We'll grab our stroke 3, thin diagonal line here, and then we'll pull it down. And I'm going to pull this one way down. So this is stroke 1. I'm going to pull all the way down until the bottom left corner of my pen meets that edge there. And then we'll do stroke 2 until it meets that line we just left. And I could do, again, like we talked about before, a little bit of a thickening up there. Now we'll move back up to the top and we'll draw the last couple of strokes to finish off this S. There's a stroke 2, thick diagonal line, stroke 1, thick vertical line. This is the second weird and unique thing about this logo design, is that the S has a descender. And that's not something that's very common. It's something that I've done many times in the live streams that we've done here on the channel. So you're welcome to go back and check that out. But I love giving S's descenders. It gives you the opportunity to do a lot of fun stuff. Now, before we get to writing this really fun and fancy F, I'll pause here and back up and let you know exactly where you can get these guide sheets so that you can follow along. I made versions of these guide sheets in 4 different pen sizes, and you can download the entire collection completely for free at blackletterfreebies.com. If you'd also like to learn a complete alphabet in the similar style of calligraphy to this Nosferatu logo, I recently launched a Blackletter builder toolkit that you can grab at blacklettershop.com. You can also check out my complete Blackletter masterclass that includes the entire Blackletter builder collection, in addition to tons of videos and other content for learning the style of calligraphy. Now back to that next letter. Coming back to the F, we're going to start at the top here and draw this little line number 2, this thick diagonal line, just like that. Now I'm going to turn my pen a bit, get a thick line, and this is a long stroke 1, and we're going to do something fancy at the end. So remember, arm movement to get as straight of a line as possible. And you can tell I'm not being 100% perfect. That's okay. Just keep moving with the line that you're drawing. And as we approach the end here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to curve without twisting the pen. So without turning the pen like this, I just come down, keep the same angle, and start pulling it off to the left. That's what gives me that really interesting curve, and that's what changes the width of the pen at the bottom. Coming back to the top, you can probably guess that's line number 3. And now we're going to do the exact same thing here, just at the top. It's a slight, this really isn't a long line. It's kind of like a mix between line 2 and line 4. But we're going to pull it off to the right, and keeping that pen angle the same, I'm just going to curve back up to the top here, and that's what's going to make it get thin at the edge there. Coming back to the middle of the F, I'm going to turn my pen so that it's even shallower, and that's what's going to make this line in the middle a little bit thinner. Now we'll move on to the E. We're going to start with line number 3. Let's just pull that one all the way up to the top there. And now I'm going to do You probably guessed it. Line number 1, thick vertical line all the way down. This one I'm going to carry all the way down until, just like we did with the S, bottom left corner of my pen meets that bottom edge of that stroke that we're about to make. Now we come back up here, thick diagonal line number 2, and you can pick up the pen or not. I like to just leave it here at this point, and then we'll do our thin diagonal line number 3 up there. Now that's pretty thin, but you can even use the corner of your pen to add a little bit of thickness and fix things up, but for now we'll just leave it as is. Moving back up to the top, we're going to start with line number 2. There's our line number 2. And this next line has a little bit of a curve, but to simplify it, we're just going to use backwards line number 3 and just come in and connect there. And just as I mentioned at the bottom of the E, I can come back in using the corner of the pen, add a little bit more weight to it, add a little bit more thickness to the stroke. You get the idea. You can have plenty of fun adding some weight to those lines. I'm just going to leave it like that for now. Moving on now for the R, we're going to do diagonal line number 2. I think the acrylic ink is drying up in my pen a bit. So there's our diagonal line number 2. We'll go back in for a little bit more. Now our thicker vertical line 1 coming all the way down. And this does something a little bit different than what we just did. In the design they made, the line basically stops right here, and then we're going to pivot in. So that's basically ending the line 1 and then starting a very thin or a very short line 3. Now we can finish up this line 3 like so with a diagonal line 2. Can thicken it up if we wanted. I'm just going to leave it like that for now. You know what? Maybe I'm going to try to get some of my black ink back. I just dipped my pen in a little bit of water. I'm going to wash off the tip. I always keep a little Kleenex nearby just to wipe off some of that excess red. And let's see if we can't get some of that black back in here again. Moving back to the top of the R. There's some of that black. Diagonal, line 3. Diagonal, line 2. Vertical, line 1. Followed by a line 3. Just like we talked about before, I could still come back in, thicken up these lines a little bit to make them a bit wider. Now for this very interesting A that's next. For the A, we're going to start up here at the top, and I'm going to start this stroke. Let's get a smooth line and draw that vertical line 1. Probably even make it a little bit thicker. And then I'm just going to hop my pen down and continue this stroke. And it's going to keep going down vertically. I'm going to do just like we did with the E. I'm going to finish all the way into the middle of that next stroke that we're going to draw. So I'll grab a little bit more red, just make sure I'm lining things up. Now stroke 2 or line 2. And then I'm going to do a line 3 just to come up here. We can thicken the line if we'd like a little bit, just like so. Now I'm going to come back up to the top, and you can tell this line is a little bit steeper. So I'm just going to draw a line 3 up here like this. And then I'm going to continue with a line 2 from the top here. I could make this line a little bit thicker, but I'm just going to leave it as is for now. We can always come back in with a fine tip pen or something later and thicken that up, just like we talked about with the E. Next, I'm going to start roughly in the middle of this diagonal stroke 2 that we made. We're going to do stroke 1 again. You probably guessed it. Long stroke 1, moving with our entire arm to try to keep the pen steady. And then we're going to finish off at the bottom here with the stroke 2. It's got a little bit of a curve to it, and I am going to thicken this one up a little bit. So there we go. That's stroke 2. There's one more line to do, very similar to this one at the top. We're just going to grab from the corner here, and we'll do a little stroke 3 up here. Again, we can use the corner of the pen to make some spots a little bit thicker. I'm just going to leave it like that for now. Next up, the T. This is going to be line 3. Longer one this time, all the way to the top here. And then this is another line 4. So that's a horizontal thick line. So moving to the right here, just like so. Like that. And then This is kind of like a vertical stroke with a bit of a curve to it. So we're just going to curve until we meet that point at the end there. Now coming back to the center of the T. This is another one of those long lines. So get that arm movement going. We're going to come back here into the middle so that we start with a full line. And we're going to use our entire arms to get a line that's as straight as possible. So down, down, down. Almost done. We've met the bottom. Now I'm just going to curve a little bit like that. And then with a curved stroke 4, we're going to connect at the bottom here. Back up for the U. This one's actually pretty easy. We're going to do stroke 2. Just like so. You can even go a little further. It looks like it moves a little bit further. Now I'm going to use a wider line, stroke 1. This one should be more of a relief. We don't have to come down quite as far as we did with that T and that F. Going to end here like you did with the R and diagonal line a little bit into the end there. Diagonal stroke 2. Now come back up. Diagonal stroke 3. Now up here from the top, stroke 2 diagonal. Followed by a stroke 1, coming all the way down until we meet with that stroke 3 that we just did. And then we're getting very close here. We can finish off with stroke 2, followed by stroke 3 for that. Now let's turn off the light box and see what we made. Now for the final 2 interesting or weird things with this logo design. Also, one last reminder that you can grab the guide sheets that we used today totally for free at blackletterfreebies.com. The first, or technically number 3 if we're counting along with the sequence here, is that did you notice how tall these letters are? That's why it required so much arm movement when we were writing them. The rough height of these letters compared to the width of the nib that we're writing with, this is called the X height, is roughly 9 times. That's very unusual for Blackletter calligraphy. And finally, the last thing, I actually found 2 versions of this logo. The one that we went through today, they pulled the spacing in a little bit more tightly, but if you check out this initial version of the logo, you'll notice that the letter spacing is extremely wide. Most of the time in Blackletter calligraphy, the letters are spaced much more closely together, so this is pretty unusual here. You really can play around with these letters in a variety of different ways. If you're interested in another tutorial with some really fun color blending, check out this video right here. In the meantime, keep writing, keep playing, and have an absolutely fantastic day. I will see you next time.